great titles can be found on TV commercials. One evening I was watching television and there was a scene on an airplane. Seated was an elderly woman who's listening to something going on behind her. It was a young woman just going, ooh, ah, ooh, ah. And so the elderly woman is so intrigued by that, she calls the stewardess, and the stewardess comes rushing over, and the lady says to her, I want what she has. That would make a really good title. Right from a commercial. One of my favorite ways of finding titles is by watching a movie or something on television, because these writers are tremendous at coming up with some great lines and great titles for their shows. And so we can capitalize on those because they're great and they're eye-catching. In the evenings, my wife and I will sit in front of the television eating our dinner and watching a movie or watching a TV program. And it's difficult to watch them because I'm hearing lines that are so good. I'm sitting there with the pen and paper saying, oh, that'll make a great title for a song. Oh, that'll make a great title for a song. And before I know it, I'm not watching the movie. I'm just sitting there listening for great titles. And you should do the same thing. When you're watching your favorite movie or television program, sit there with a pad and paper and begin to listen and write what you feel would be a great title. These people are talking lines that are incredible. One of my favorite lines is one that Clint Eastwood said. It said, make my day. That was so great. And you've got some as well. And there are many movies and TV shows out there that are written by great writers, and they know what they're doing. They know how to come up with great lines. And while you're sitting there listening, you can be writing too. Don't just listen and don't just watch, but take your pen and take your pad with you as you go to the movies, or you're sitting at home watching a movie or a television show and writing down what you feel would be a great title. I was thinking about some of the TV shows that are on today, and there's some great titles for those shows, and they would be great titles for songs. For example, my favorite show, as well as my wife's, is called Scandal. That would make a really good title. Another one is The Walking Dead. My kids like looking at that one. Then there's one called Revenge. I like that one. Another one is called A Few Good Men. Fantasy Island. Mission Impossible, and Three's Company. All of those are the names of TV shows that would come on a weekly basis, but they also would make great titles for songs. Why don't you take the time to watch a movie today or watch a TV program or two? Sit there with your pen and paper and with a different approach, not just to enjoy the show, but to find titles.